All right. I'm back. So, you know, I start the stream and the recording at the same time so no one's here, but for anyone watching on home video, you'll see that I did a thing. I'm so concerned about possibly not being able to find... oh, let me resize this. Oh, interesting. It thinks the window is... well. Huh. Anyway, it looks like it's still capturing most of it. I was so concerned with whether or not I would find the black monolith that I consulted one of the experts when it comes to knowledge of just the game code and things like that, about the distance that black monolith can spawn from cities, because I knew it was pretty far. And got that information. Thank you, Calandro. You are a hero and a saint, despite how salty our interactions can sometimes be on the Battle Brothers Discord. But from that, I made a map where all these areas in red, and this, so I took two screenshots of the game zoomed out maximally and stitched the screenshots together because I couldn't fit this all on one screen. Did some measurements based on the data that Calandro provided. Highlighted in red the areas where black monolith could not spawn, or just simply can't, based on the rules of how far it has to be away from a city. And from that, if the information is correct, and based on where I have not discovered so far, I think the black monolith literally has to be in one of these little sections that I've got highlighted in blue over to the side. Pretty sure. So, anyway. Alright, enough of that. Let's play some Battle Brothers. So, based on that information, my objectives are still the same. I'm going to find Black Monolith, sweep for named gear, take out Goblin City. However, I want to make damn sure I find Black Monolith. So I'm going to go all the way to the left side of the map and sweep that far area. And so, yeah, that's basically it. Oh, do I have... oh, I see. Sorry, I added that new source and now I'm getting confused. Okay. OBS noob. And now I'm using like the middle click button that I use in GIMP to move around the map and it's confusing me. Anyway, so my goal now is just going to be to travel west and either, I don't know if I'm going to start from the bottom or the top. Suppose the top, because then I can return to Tanweir when I am done. So when I last left off, escort caravan, no, thank you. I'm going to open a sparkling beverage. Rare coin collection, nah. I mean, it'd be nice to maybe get more relationship with this town, considering this is where I'm going to buy and sell stuff so regularly. It maybe isn't that bad of an idea, strategically, just to do that, because it should be easy. I might do it just to warm myself up a bit. Take an easy fight. You know? Get the Battle Brothers blood flowing. And fight. Oh, fun! I'm glad I took this mission, because there is a named brigand leader, which, you know, you don't see too often. So August the Gravedigger, which is a very cool name, is a champion. So he'll have some sort of named item. This I don't know what the pool is because that's an enemy I fight so rarely. Let's see, I suppose I probably want my gunner standing here. That seems like a great spot. Where is this grave digger? Come out, wherever you are. I suppose this guy's a little bit hurt, huh? Oh, there he is. Oh, and he's got a very nice named helmet. Now the team is fairly blessed when it comes to helmets. So, you know, it's not that big a deal to get it, but hey, shiny items are shiny. And I love me a good shiny item. Throwers are so good. Let's see, there's probably not any risk to putting Torsten in melee range with the champion, I don't think. 32% chance to hit's not very good. But, I don't know, maybe I gave him too good of a spot there. I don't want to underestimate the champion too much. Hello? I suppose I'll leave this guy here so these two can cycle back and forth on that hex. Yeah, this guy could probably just 1v1 that guy. You know, maybe that's a little... I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I hit the guy in the head, which is kind of no good. Regardless of the state of that helmet at the end of the battle, as long as the hex is free so that it can drop, there's no risk of losing the item or anything like that if you destroy it. Alright, so I basically kill everything except for the champion. There we go. That's a good hit. Wow. That guy got some good dodges in. Oh. Slightly better surround bonus on that champion now. Bonk. Got him. Okay, let's see how the helmet is. 350? Hell yeah. And I am not going to take that deal because I want to keep good standing with that town. Okay, 350. Wow. So oh wow. My worst helmets are the decorated full helms? Insane. Let's see, 17 fatigue penalty. That's great. What a great item. Wow, the fact that the adorned full helm is just gonna like go in the dumpster. If I'd projected out a little better how many named items and forged bros I'd end up making, I would have made one more, because right now I kind of have more good forge gear to go around than bros, which is fine. You don't actually need that many, even in the Monolith where you need it the most, at least relatively speaking. All right, getting some veteran levels going. Yeah, I think I can also start thinking about like who's gonna definitely sit out for the Monolith fight. This guy can stay. I think he's got good enough stats. He'll just be using this this here sword. It'd be nice if he had Berserk and Frenzy and Sword Mastery, and honestly needs almost no fatigue, but still doesn't matter. But these fatigue neutrals are all definitely staying. This Spear Bro / off tank probably is going to be useful enough for the Necro Savants especially. So yeah, these two will definitely stay. This guy needs to level up, but this is such a good flail that this guy will do great. And yeah, otherwise I just need to get my Forge Tank some levels. Got him a new hat. You know, one of the reasons I wanted to do Goblin City was just for the fancy helmet that offers. But like, you know, I've got such good helmets, it really doesn't... If I'm doing it, it's kind of just for fun. It is a fun fight, but not completely without risk, so I might scrap my plans to do Goblin City and just really not bother. Probably get more out of spending time near the arena and just cycling between the southern cities to look for consumables. Okay, so the one downside to the current situation is I don't have much in the way of tools. And my destination to start with is there, to sweep south. But I still want to kill some camps and get some named items and stuff, so I suppose I could go to Talbach here, get some tools and food. There was a mission to go to Königsheim, which maybe that's not a bad idea. I can travel through this area and fight some noble armies and get a ton of experience. Then I can get a potion of knowledge or whatever it's called to gain some experience down here in the south, and then from there head west. I kind of like that idea. I will do that. So might buy just a tiny bit of food to get there. Go ahead and accept the contract. And make my way through gunballed territory. Don't really need to fight the random hunks of goblins that I see, since I'm going to go through all these tools anyway, basically. I can just take the fights that don't have me chasing brigands through the swamp. It's just enough of an annoyance that I'm not gonna bother. I guess I'll take a free caravan though. I suppose if I'm really min-maxing my experience, these easy fights would be a good opportunity for me to just gain experience on the couple bros that still need it. Like that guy. And that guy. I think it's an easy enough fight. I mean, obviously they're gonna be just fine. Look at them. I'll do that. Bonk. Okay. Some nice trade goods to sell. More brigands to just sort of ignore. Ooh, okay. Random mercenary fight. It's an event that can happen sometimes when you're doing one of these missions. I got a master archer and a hedge knight. Okay, this is a pretty big mercenary crew, actually. Let's see, is that the master archer? Yeah. Kind of goofy terrain. They definitely have ranged advantage, so they're not going to push at me, at least not under normal circumstances. But if I make melee contact on the top side, I'm a little worried since that guy's helmet's a bit scuffed, even though the hedge knight's just got a noble sword. I'll still push up a little. I don't really want to fight uphill though. That's what I mostly want to avoid having happen. That's probably a safe hex. Practice safe hex. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna make sure that that guy gets his lone wolf buff by not getting too close to him. Alright, and I think they will react and just push forward. I think that is probably true. Wow, that is a lot of misses. Gonna pull out the melee weapon there just for the surround bonus. But there's a little bit of a order of operations things I wanted to do there with the ways I was attacking. Okay. There we go. I don't much care about that Hedge Knight's armor. Can't recall the exact value that that has. I think it's 280, 260. In any event, it's a value that I don't need on any of my Forge Bros. And he's not going to be worth the risk of trying to dagger down or anything like that. All that is just a long-winded way to say I'm going to kill that Hedge Knight the old-fashioned way. Getting bonked pretty good. So much for being a master archer. It's too bad that bows sort of suck. As do crossbows, for that matter. They're not a very good item, generally speaking. See you later, archers. Interestingly enough, for the mercenaries, the archers are almost a bigger threat than the regular mercs, since they have nimble and lighter armor. They have like more survivability and overwhelm. All right, so I got that heavy lamellars, so it's 285. Okay. Couple fighting spears, which would have been nice to get earlier instead of just buying them, but I think I only bought one actually. Fairly confident there's gonna be no need for. I could keep this as like a, I don't know what's the word, armor being repaired. Put it on these bros just to get stuff fixed up. Yeah, definitely gonna need some tools. I'm a little bit scuffed from that fight. So, am I scuffed enough that I need to dodge this one? I don't think so. It's not that scary. And again, more opportunity to get some levels on some bros that do need it. Let's see, I'll swap over that nimble bros gear even though it's a little awkwardly set up right now. Yeah. All right, I'll let them fight me. Oh, excuse me. Well, by let them fight me, I mean fight me, bro. I want to be a little careful with this guy. He's a little hurt. I mean, I suppose if I move forward and just shield walled, I mean, he's not doing much with a regular fighting spear against these enemies anyway. This guy I'm going to move here just to get the lone wolf, and can move around and tie up another enemy. Seems worthwhile. I'll just get this guy in position. Here, I could... Yeah, I was thinking whether I wanted to swap to the throwing weapon there. I decided I did. I think this bro's beefy enough he can stand in a pretty dangerous spot. Alright, the Zweihanders are lining up to die. I want to be careful, I think, with my cleaver. Actually, I need to be careful on this whole top flank. That's the... by far the most risk is present there. That guy is shield walling, so hit him. Okay, that was pretty good. Dang, I was hoping to soften up this Zweihander for the cleaver, or even just hit him at all. Would be nice. Okay, at least he missed. Is that... This is a little spooky on the top, actually. It really is. Here we go. So much so, I'm going to kind of rotate some rows around just a bit. My tank in training doesn't have recovery yet, so he does a lot of kind of nothing right now. He's not very useful. He'll be useful in the Monolith fight, but for now he's kind of just doing nothing. Just hanging out, you know? Vibing. Cleaver's so good. Alright, well the enemies are basically all wrecked now. Let's see, where is... there he is. I was gonna say, I can try to let my bros I want to gain experience get the final kills, but enemies killed themselves. But the flail guy still gained a level. Got another Zweihander's helmet. Love to see it. They are both fashionable and good. Pretty excellent piece of gear right there. And the duelist's hat, which is unquestionably better looking than the Nomad Light helmet, despite having the same stat line. So that was still good. Getting the Zweihander's helmet is a pretty good one. I don't think there's any other things to consider from what dropped there. But I do want to level up. The Flail Bro, this nimble flail, who has wildly good attack stats. Should probably have Headhunter, since hits to the head ignore an additional 20% armor. Even against enemies with Steel Brow, that extra armor ignore is always going to be better. And so we just always want him to hit the head as much as possible. So let's see, what would I want as my last two perks then? Probably just Zerg Frenzy on this guy. So I'll go Headhunter now. Doesn't have to be Zerg Frenzy. Could be a great number of things, but that's likely what it'll end up being. Alright, now I need tools even worse than before. Will the trading caravan have tools? They might. I'll let my bros in training do the combat here. Get a little practice, you know. Do a little bonking. Oh. Okay. No tools. Medical supplies, but I don't think that matters really to me. I don't know what I was at before, but I'm sure it was probably fine. Okay. So now I'm going to go to Finkenwacht here and get, what is it named? Orc Warrior, or a champion. I don't think there's any orc weapons that I care about whatsoever at this point, unless somehow there's a better cleaver than this, but that seems impossible. At least not one that's more usable, that's for sure. So, Mosh Shaggot could have a named shield, which, despite their terrible reputation, can sometimes be worth considering. But I think, honestly, I just need the tools. So I'm going to hurry to a town ASAPly and buy all the tools, and I don't think any dogs. Fairly certain I haven't really used any recently, and I have not. So we're going to buy all the tools despite their price. Tiny bit of food. It'll probably be less expensive here than anywhere else, so I might buy a few extra days. And then continue the journey to the east to Königsheim, which I suppose is German for like king village. I don't know German. I think König is king though. That one I maybe know. Alright, just gonna sell all of the gear here that is sitting here. These little piles of money. Turning gear into money. Let's see, any reason I should keep the decayed coat of scales with the bone plating? I don't think so. If I want to cycle out a different armor, and I'll get rid of this adorned warrior's armor with the attachment instead. It was a nice sort of tempo piece, but not necessary anymore. No gear to pilfer off any interesting recruits. Have I ever considered putting down the sword? No. Alright, we'll look at these. I'm not going to bother looking for things. Not going to bother with a coin collection. Don't care about fighting that. Okay. So I think now it's just down to Caravan. And then I'm going to sweep the south, pick up consumables, head west, go to the areas where Black Monolith could spawn. And we haven't yet scouted it, so that's kind of priority numero uno. And do I buy these incredibly overpriced tools? If I close my eyes, it doesn't hurt. And let's see, 3350. I doubt I'm even gonna get that final seat before I end up reaching the conclusion of this run. The wagon I might do, but no need to spend the money just yet. Who knows? There could be a named item just sitting there for sale at caravan. Might not make it before... Nope, not gonna make it before daytime, but that's fine. Because when you reach the southern city with the arena, at this time, you can do the arena twice. Because you can sneak one in, still day 109, and it'll soon become day 110. I don't know if they did that on purpose, or... Let's see, what is this? Rothbach? Oh, is that the... Yeah, that thing. Obviously will not be delivering a caravan there. They don't like me there. No nimble gear to pilfer off any assassins. Alchemist is selling just a potion of knowledge, which I will grab. Iron Will is kind of uninspired. Don't care. Could grab fire pots for the journey out through the wilds. They can be handy, but don't really need them. Don't care about the weapons. Alright, I guess it's just a couple arena fights and some overpriced tools, and we'll be on our way. 7 nachos. So, here's the deal. Nachos, at this point, should not possess, or like, should not really be a meaningful threat in any capacity. However, on the off chance that a T3 nacho makes it through like a spear wall, which I think is the best way to fight him, and eats it, it could cause the whole thing to just sort of collapse on its face. I do have, if I lost 3 bros, I have 3 backups that could totally perform just fine. So is it worth the risk? I would definitely go in with both spear bros. And I don't need the fighting spear here because there's no durability risk. Actually, but I also don't care about the... Yeah. So all I really care about is just maximizing the number of spear walls. I mean, these are the 3 bros I would take in. Sure. But again, nachos can go poorly. So let's just hope it doesn't. That's my strategy. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't like this. I'm a little nervous. And so, which one is the one with the better melee attack? Well, right now it's this guy because he's confident. So, I'm going to retreat slightly downward just so the confident bro gets the attacks, because the T3 nachos, I think, have 20 melee defense. Let me look that up. That's correct. So T3 nachos have 20 melee defense. The T2s have 15. So 90 and 95 are kind of the magic numbers as far as you know, kind of what I'm looking for, I guess, for Oops, that is not the button I meant to press. I meant to... Well... So again, the only thing I'm really worried about is this T3 nacho. And one of them is going to eat that one and become a T3. Okay. Got Spear Mastery, so there's no substantial risk. Just got to keep holding the spear walls. I like seeing him running. That's what I want. I want him to get low but not die. That guy can attack because he's got a little more fatigue to work with, and that's a good spot. That's a good hex for the nacho to die. Okay. Good. Bad. Good. I'm gonna kill that nacho, occupy this hex. Boom, perfect. So I just need to make sure that that hex doesn't get filled. So I'm just gonna step on it here. And I might wait. Yeah. Okay. So the reason I was waiting there was just to manage the hexes that were made available for the nachos. Alright, that was fine. Like I said, 7 nachos is a potentially harrowing fight. So, just gonna wait here for day 110. Boom, there it is. And now we get a new arena fight. Oh, 2 on-holds? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Could fight him with anything. I still want to bring in the Bannerman because I want to get him 10 resolve, at least by the time I hop into Black Monolith. The Spear Bros are actually probably pretty fine to take into battle against the unhold, the 2 on-holds. But I could also train up someone else. We'll probably win by just the fearsome procs from the spears faster than anything else. So I think the spear bows will probably perform best, actually. I am going to... I probably should have done that before. Put a little bit better armor here on the banner. For the fight against. Yeah. The unholds. I'm gonna just scooch on back a little bit. Okay, so that's where I can go. Not terribly surprising that that was what they did. Again, probably going to win this fight by fearsome. Though so far, guess he's not breaking, huh? I'll lock up that guy. I'll let him just finish him. Surprised there hasn't been more morale breaks. I know on-holds have decent morale, but there we go. Okay. Gonna make sure to put stuff back on the bros as I had it. I don't remember which had which, but it doesn't matter. This guy is the one without Shield Mastery and with Duelist, and this guy is the one with Shield Mastery and without Duelist. Sorry for breaking your armor, Cleaver Bro. Can cycle him out, I suppose, in case I get into any fights going elsewhere. Alright, so I think that's probably all I would want to do here. Gonna move on, go west. I could take a peek at whatever I hadn't discovered, but I'm kind of on a mission to... I said it at the beginning of the stream when no one was here, but I have... I made a little diorama of 2 screenshots of the game as I currently have the terrain explored, and highlighted in red the areas where Black Monolith can't spawn by being too close to cities. And so the only areas where it can spawn, I realize it's probably terribly zoomed out, but they are these very far specks. So Black Monolith is somewhere over down there, I think. If my information about you know, the way the game works is correct. If Calandro lied to me, I will be sad. But he wouldn't do that. So I could give Potion of Knowledge to BF Tank now so that he gains some levels. I think I will. There's a okay chance of just finding another one. So, well done, take a crown. I mean, I'm not going to pay him for the belly dancer. Alright. No need for the belly dancer at this point anyway. Oh my. Well, that could be a good fight to gain experience on the tank, even though he won't kill too many. Spear Bro I can cycle out for this one because it's just not necessary for fighting noble armies, not very good. But the rest of the squad is looking good. Okay. Should be a pretty easy fight. Okay. Give this guy a bonk now so that that guy can get an attack later. And I think I'm just going to go up here and indom on the tank, even though he doesn't have recover yet, nor quite enough fatigue to be functional with his gear, but he can still hold out for a little while. He's not That's such bad shape that he can't. Alright, so if I go down 1 hex, I'll hit the banner in this blast, which is what I want. Very nice. Going for the kill there, just to hurt their morale. Don't want to get too close to break Lone Wolf up there, but I also don't want to send this sort of somewhat fragile Nimble Bro right into all those bill hooks, so I guess I'll have him hang back. I think those Zweihanders will still attach themselves to the tank, yeah. At least one of them did. Which is fine, he can't really handle getting terribly surrounded still. This is probably a safer hex. Yeah. Alright, took a few crossbow bolts on the banner, so do need to be a little mindful of not letting him get too messed up. Thrower's doing throwing stuff, Duelist doing duelist stuff. And the shield is just fine. Now. Might go help with this Zweihander down here. Just to be sure it goes okay. But here, I'm gonna focus on the banner. Bonk. Okay. Hoping that would be enough to be a killing blow there. Okay, I am gonna pull out. Yeah. Pull out the hammer to get the kill. Not only because I just wanted to finish off the banner, but obviously got a Zerk proc from it too, so that's nice. Don't care at all about this knight's gear, so I'm just gonna go ham on him. Or just whiff. Kind of going ham sandwich on him. That was a pretty... It's pretty scary couple hits he got there on a somewhat fragile little dodge quick hands bro. But I think with the surrounds here and fearsome procs, yeah, getting him losing his will to fight. Okay. See you later, Arbalests. Have a good one. There we go. The tank is confident now that he sees his bros ready to come in and be heroes. He held down the one Zweihander. Good job, buddy. I have to imagine from his perspective right now, this is pretty scary. Alright. Got another Zweihander's helmet, which is excellent. I think there's still a space for that in one of the nimble setups. Love to see it. So yeah, like right here. And because this named nimble armor's got the bone plating, and the other one, yeah, he's got Zweihander's helmet already. So we'll just go ahead and toss it on over there. This guy needs... Yeah, this is terrible. Did I really leave this guy like this? It's actually probably better off having him like this. Kind of looks like he's wearing pajamas. Yeah, this guy's nimble setup matters less than others, so he'll be fine, just like this. And I think that's it. Alright, so Forge Tank gained another level. So he's only one away from being fully complete. +2 fatigue, dang. Still gonna do it, but bit of a shame. Didn't want to roll just 2 there. The other thing that's going through my mind when I'm leveling up the tank, and this is really weirdly specific, just to the Black Monolith fight, or generically to Ancient Dead, but and if those who were watching stick around and see it, for the tank, if you can get it to where they are at -9 initiative or below when they are stammed out, and after using recover they are at least 32 initiative from gaining, you know, enough fatigue, so probably I'll use a cat potion for the +20 initiative. You can make it so that by using weight, you can essentially recover at the end of a turn and still go before the Ancient Dead on the next turn. So you can end up with permanent shield wall and indom as long as you fit inside those bounds, or outside those bounds, I suppose, of -9 initiative and +32. So, fun fact. So, and what that means then is that what I want in the difference between the fatigue and initiative is after I take a cat potion and the initiative goes to 43, I want my fatigue to be at least 43 + 9. So I want it to be 43 + 9 is 52. So ideally this guy gets just a little bit more fatigue. So what I would love is if he rolled a +4 next level and I gave him 1 veteran level before we go to Black Monolith. and then he will be able to cycle that, and as long as morale doesn't fail or something terrible happens, he'll be just fine. So as for making him useful right now, the things that are good are going to be bags and belts to just carry more sipars, or recover, which probably makes him a little more useful in the short term. Though maybe not, because this is still a pretty small amount of fatigue available, so I'll just go bags and belts. Boom. And then I can just fill this inventory with sipars. And he can just let them break. Orcs go crazy. Orcs hate this one simple trick. Alright, and this dodge fatigue neutral gained his final level up to be 11. So what do I want for the final perk here? Fearsome's always good, but another option, at least here, his usable fatigue is just a smidge low. So I could take Brawny, which in this case, only because I have dodge, does it give melee defense value. Another option would be Backstabber, because this melee skill's a little low. So really it's a matter of, do I want to give him an offensive or defensive perk? I think I'll just give him a defensive perk. I think that'll matter more in the end. So if I'm not going to take Fortified Mind, I think I will take the +4. Hit points are a little low. He's got 9 lives. He'll be fine. So yeah, I am going to take Brawny. And he's my only bro with Brawny. And he's going to be the only bro with Brawny. Brawny is not a very good perk, actually. It's kind of bad. Let's see. And I can probably do a little bit of helmet swapping just to sort of even out the amount of usable fatigue on the fatigue neutrals. Okay. Continuing on. The other thing that I can kind of do to prepare, again, sort of thinking preparation mode for Black Monolith, is fight more beasts, find beasts, and craft more attachments. Alright, so ambush trade routes here, unfortunately. There is a Lionheart potion, which will be nice to have. Pretty boring. Alright, driving off nomads could free the ambush trade routes if I want to do that for when I somehow make my way back here, and I don't know. I'm just going to kill this caravan, sell all the goods, buy the Lionheart potion, and move out. I think that'll be the plan. So, small optimization of just letting my bros in training get the kills here. Kinda doesn't really matter. But I'm doing it. Well, they're scared of this guy. I mean, I would be too. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the damage range on flails being so wide can end up with some funny results where even a caravan hand, you just die. can live after being hit. But every once in a while he'll like one-shot, you know, a berserker or a ancient honor guard. Flails are funny like that. Alright, so now I'm just going to take all the stuff that I pilfered off of those nobles and trade goods and such and sell it all. I am rich. I'm gonna buy just a little bit of food too, just in case there's ambush trade routes in Tanware. But just gonna head straight there. We'll follow the roads. Might be nice to take, you know, some fights against nomads. It'd be nice to just know where their Sea of Tents are and fight them, but more House Gunbald. So I suppose if they want to fight, or are they running away? I'm gonna get back here. I'll let them step off of the hilly terrain just so that doesn't screw me over. Alright, just gonna wait, let the footmen line up, and then start blasting. Here might be a cutesy little play. There we go. Oh, and I can hear my dogs freaking out upstairs. I don't know what that's about. I want to make sure not to get some of my slightly fragile nimble bros too exposed. There's their banner. Okay. Give that guy a little slam. Okay. Zerk Frenzy is online here. Might not step forward quite yet, though. Alright, this tank is kind of not really doing much. That's all that useful, but it's fine. Hey, look at that. Boom! That was a pretty satisfying way to kill a hedge knight. That was pretty fast. Poor little hedgie. Never had a chance. Okay. Another noble army down. They're very nice little experience pinatas too. I don't know what the exact values are or anything like that, but it does seem like they give pretty good amounts of experience. We'll take this last little guy out. Okay. Duelist's hat. Looks very nice. So I could... And we got a coat of plates. Which, you know... is a higher amount of durability than some of our gear, so might make use of this. Again, need attachments, but definitely don't need that heavy Lemular armor. This helmet is finally getting repaired to the point of being able to put it on, which is nice. And I think I will just continue on. Oh, no. I gotta level up. Got a fatigue neutral who didn't have to take a mastery because he's got iron lungs. Needs a little more resolve. And this hybrid who's got very good melee attack. And I might take more resolve here. Could have maybe grabbed melee attack, but nah. Okay, to Tanware. Will I get there before night? Yes. More ambush trade routes. Ambush trade routes everywhere, which is kind of annoying. But at least a couple good consumables. Not going to do a 3-star, a 3-skull to fight Ifrits. Okay. So unfortunately, I'm going to be going out into the wilds with very little in the way of tools, which sort of sucks. But is what it is. Still not going to bother with that because I want to go off and look for the Black Monolith, because that's the big question mark on the whole run, is just finding the damn thing. Gonna close my eyes and wince as I buy stuff for way more than I should. Will have enough money that if I want to, when I'm out in the wilds, I can purchase the card upgrade, so I'll keep that in mind. And I think every single... Okay, these two are the two that need to level up. One more potion of knowledge here. And the team is all going to be picking up veteran levels after that point. So, again, to quickly show the map that I created to consult, I'm going to be looking at these... blue areas on the left where Black Monolith could spawn, which are correspond over here. And if my information is correct, Those are the only valid locations that remain. Alright, I don't think, and let's see how much food. 10 days of food. Should be enough. Let's see, is there any... No. I was gonna see if they had the provisions that last super long. Okay. So I'm just gonna sweep along the very left side, starting at the bottom. Any armies with champions, I'll go ahead and fight. I did make a 45 tile circuit. Hey, Sergey. Yeah. I actually posted it in the Discord as well. But, yeah. So those, it's underneath the, I can't interact with it right now because of the way my computer's set up, but those little blue areas on the left are the result of sort of stitching together a couple screenshots and highlighting the areas where I hadn't discovered yet. You know? But yes, I did a little math, and I at first did it wrong because I was just sort of did it quickly while doing other tasks. Well, I didn't know what the values were. Like, I just didn't, you know, I don't know. I didn't know it was a 45 tile radius. Actually, I just, Calandria let me know. And so, I'm on, you know, my big streak, because I know we've got kind of different objectives for, you know, our play style. But can't lose the streak, so I am gonna maybe err on the... There it is! Alright! Okay. Wow. Let's see how that corresponds to my image. Okay, I can... Let's see. Oh, nope. Oh. What's my button? Nope. There we go. Now I can interact with it. Oh my god. See how... Oops. Oh my god. Ah! Okay. Let's see how that corresponds. Well, your objectives are the same in that, I mean, yeah, obviously doing all of the legendaries. In an individual run. And, I mean, you know, you may just be a much stronger player than me, but my goal, or my thing I want to do, is win streak through every single origin in the game. And just to sort of prove, kind of to say that with prudent, careful play, no matter what happens, with the exception of extreme RNG that is like lightning bolt or win the lotto levels of, you know, unlikelihood, that you can always just beat Black Monolith with every run. That's kind of my thing I sort of seek to prove, I guess, but also just, to me, it's just a fun way of playing the game. So, that's kind of... Well, I'm happy that I found the Monolith now. That's a kind of sigh of relief. And I suppose, you know, Monolith is the one that is the most difficult fight. I mean, I guess you could say like Kraken is more difficult in a way. It's gross and just not fun. I also just don't find, like, as far as puzzle fights go, I like the library, and I like the fight for the laser sword, the Rockageist fight, gated behind Kraken. But Kraken kind of sucks. Witch Hut is just kind of annoying. I like Goblin City. Goblin City's kind of fun, and may do it this run, just for funsies. But okay, well now that kind of gives me, you know, kind of a relief. So I'm just gonna sort of coast and autopilot for the next 20 days and just level up, get the bros some veteran levels, take the fun fights that look interesting, that pose minimal risk, and I've got such a blessed group of bros and items that I'm not worried about the Monolith fight whatsoever. Rocket Guy's too easy. I mean, I agree with you, but I think it would be less seeming to be super easy if it weren't gated behind Kraken, because there's so much like preparation and time that has to pass to be able to do it. It is probably a bit easier than it could be. I think it's like interesting dynamics though, or interesting phases, but yeah, I mean that's fair. It probably would be more interesting if it were just a smidge more challenging. Let's see, I can head towards this like Orxia tents that I found earlier. I don't think I want to fight random Hexen. I'd rather get my beasts some other way. I like these unholds. Hexen. But yeah, the other nice thing about playing with a 150-day limit is that, like, I don't have to be super sweaty. If the run's going well, I don't have to, like, try to eke out every advantage. You know, once I get past that, like, comfort level of getting through day, you know, 10 to 20, or kind of whenever your company starts to get raider gear and is comfortable, it's a lot nicer to be able to sort of be somewhat sloppy in fights. I want these unholds to go to not forest terrain. Hills are fine. No, come on. Come on. I think that's probably hills. Yeah. No, that's true. The Rockageist himself being immune to stun. That's fair. I mean, the fight itself, though, with all of the fallen heroes is kind of cool. Yeah. Terrain defined by attacker style. I just felt like I was still kind of on the cusp, right? It was more like when I clicked on it, was I going to move in a way that put me somewhere I didn't want to be, kind of thing. suppose I should have swapped my fighting spear. I still can. Or just swap to the name sword. Oh right, I don't have footwork. Or Pathfinder on that guy. Hopefully this will amount to a decent amount of stuff I can take to the taxidermist and make some attachments. Yeah, Sergey, did you get a chance to post the... What'd you do, Monolith, in 38? 39 days? Something like that? Did you get a chance to post those, the gameplay vids of that yet? Because that is quite the achievement. Congrats. Go here and get a little signet ring. Oh, I got the inventory space. Nice. You can check my chat. Nice. Okay, great. Yeah, I'd be curious how. What origin did you do? Glad's probably is probably the. And I assume it was obviously like a known seed, right? I don't think there's any reasonable expectation of doing a Monolith that quickly on a random seed. Yeah, sure. Understood. It is. I found that since I started streaming and just playing all the content of my runs, that it's just fun for me. Let's see, I kind of don't want to take this fight a little bit. It's probably fine. So it'll be 2 Hexen and 4 Shrats. I just want to do this dang Sea of Tents. Oh, wow. Seed is known but not picked. So, in other words, you didn't farm a good seed, but you knew, I assume you looked at what is in the seed first. A scouted seed? Yeah, yeah. This one piece of brush is really annoying. Yeah, it really is. And I've got like a lot of real scary named gear. Good resolve, but that's still incredibly lucky. Yeah, I am. I am. It's true. But I've got 9 lives on basically everyone. So from that perspective, it's not so bad. So like my banner gunner has 9 lives. Pretty good. I'm kind of a resolve stan. So I've got Fort Mind on basically all of my fatigue neutrals, except for 1. So they're pretty good resolve values. Pretty much all 50s, 60s, and higher. And I don't have the banner out at this exact moment, which maybe I should. I'm gonna back up here because, oh my god. the pierced leg muscles. It's really kind of bad. Yeah, I mean, basically. Nine lives procced. I mean, ideally I'd get like a proper surround and not let all these stupid things spawn, but yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, given initiative guy's resilient, makes sense to me. Okay, I want to make sure those little saplings don't cause a problem with the banner there, since I already procced 9 lives. I wonder if I can get a kill there. I can now. Okay, guys, low enough, I might finish him off the old-fashioned way. Okay, I need to back that guy up. Get him, doggos. Alright, well that was a little gross. But nobody died. I was a little worried about my axe fatigue neutral sitting there. Okay. Yeah. Don't really care about the crafting materials from Shrats really either. At least not with what I've got. You know, I don't have like a Nimble Forge to give light padding replacement or anything, so it's sort of whatever. So if I still want to do this Orc Sea of Tents, which, let me just take a look at what's there. Pretty spicy. A couple of named Orc Warriors. I have to lose a fatigue neutral, which is fine because I'd rather cycle in Spear Bro for that. Obviously this guy's coming out and just getting replaced by a Dodge Quick Hands build. Everyone else is probably healthy enough to participate. Probably I have to cycle out the banner. Don't really want to do that. Don't really want to do the fight without my gunner banner. I don't have to do it. I'll just dodge it, heal up a bit, go through most of the tools. Say once this guy gets to like 30 or 40 hit points, I feel a lot better. I mean, he's still got 9 lives, so if he's low on the... yeah, I was in the forest. I don't feel like that really... Should that have a meaningful impact on how I analyze that fight? I mean, I don't think so. Hey, good afternoon, Lord Scrollco. But yeah, is that camp being in the forest? Forest Sea of Tents are free? Why? What does forest have to do with anything? I'm not sure I get it. Enlighten me. You know, the team should be healed up nicely now. Got some more unholds. Can make more unhold plating, which I would like very much. Bone armor plating. So 10 is a lot, but should be fine. Though I don't really want to do it at night. Okay. I think everyone else is basically good to go for this fight. They separate too heavily. Zerkers have Pathfinder and can move 4 tiles. Young have 9 AP and move 3 tiles per turn. Warriors and Warlords have 8 AP, so they move 2 tiles. Basically, yeah, that's fair. Okay, I guess I see what you're saying because they don't have Pathfinder. I think... So, in doing so, do you just retreat to separate out the waves more heavily? Like, one collective retreat to the left? Like 1 or 2 turns, and then they come in piecewise? If so, yeah, I guess that would do the trick, huh? Yeah. So a lot of my play against orcs is very, very, very heavily involves using spear bros and just sort of controlling a couple choke points. And so I find orcs can still be scary, but like only once they actually burst through. But even, I don't know, I feel pretty, with the way I build my bros and have a couple spear bros and the way I line up choke points, I feel very comfortable in Orc and Chosen Sea of Tents, generally speaking. I just didn't want to do it here because I didn't want to, even if it were not in the forest, I guess, subject my banner to risk of them breaking the spear wall, charging forward, and killing him. That would be bad and annoying. I think with 70 melee defense, I'm just gonna do that, let him throw him. Are these serpents? May as well be. They kind of act like it, don't they? They're like, you know, they're just the opposite of serpents, you know? Oh shoot, not enough ammo. Whoops. Dang. That was spooky. Should be just fine now, though. Let's back that guy up. Definitely gonna be in pretty poor shape after this battle. Alright, that was kind of spooky actually, at least for a little period there. But got good stuff to be able to make some armor attachments and leveled the forge tank up to right where I want them. And I think I'm just gonna take resolve. Probably really realistically, yeah, I'll still do it, even if lone wolf. So I like where I was able to get the value of his fatigue. So now with a cat potion taking initiative to 65, he'll get down to -8 initiative when fully stammed out. With one more veteran level of fatigue, he'll be at -9 initiative with a cat potion with this gear when fully stammed out, which is exactly where I want him in fights against Ancient Dead, in particular Black Monolith, so he can cycle Shield Wall and Indom every turn, which makes that fight nice and cozy. So obviously I have to grab Recover. And then the last perk is kind of a flex perk. It could be a great number of things. I could do Brawny to just give him more fatigue to work with. Could do Fort Mind, but 80 resolve's pretty good. Obviously I've got the Noxera trophy, but I can give him the Undead trophy for Undead. Yeah, so you gotta calculate the second initiative berry. So yeah, I mean, you've gotta get up to 32 after Recover. So needs enough spare fatigue. Yeah, I mean, right? So if he ends up with 74 fatigue, then the amount that he gets from Recover, 15 plus that remaining difference of half should be enough, I guess. So if he's at -9 and let's say 74 fatigue, gains 15, and then so that will be, he'll gain an additional like 30. Yeah, so should be a couple over. He should be at like 34 if I just did my mental math correctly. So I think he's good. I think with this exact setup he can do the Shield Indom cycle indefinitely. So now this is sort of like a flex perk. I don't know. It kind of doesn't matter too much to me. Pathfinder's nice for all the other fights. There's not going to be that many more in this run. 9 lives in case I use them against orcs and something terrible happens. 9 lives, I guess, gives a tiny bit of survivability too in Monolith or other fights. I don't know, I'll just go 9 lives. I like 9 lives. I'm kind of a 9 lives fanatic, after all. And with that, I actually need to be done because I got to take the dogs on a quick walk because I have to sign into work later tonight for a system upgrade. So that's it for me. Sergey, I'm going to check out your run later sometime. So hopefully I am able to find it. And there is a total noob. Bijante, hello and goodbye. I'm heading out. There's someone who I used to watch play Super Mario Maker, who is playing Battle Brothers, which is really fun. And he's, oh, I can't rate him. Wow, weird. Looks like no one else is playing Battle Brothers. Wow. All right. Well. Anyway. All of you have yourselves a lovely evening, and see you next time. Ta-ta.